Potential energy. Hydroelectric power is produced by using the energy of the water stored in dams. This stored water falls on the turbine from a large height and thus rotates the shaft of the generator connected to it. What is the name given to this energy of water stored at a height? This energy is known as potential energy. You all must have played dart game using the toy gun, isn't it? As the boy presses the trigger of the gun, the dart gets released from it and sticks to the dartboard. How the dart was released from the gun? By just pressing its trigger. Let's find out. When we inserted the dart into the nozzle of the toy gun, the spring gets compressed. As the trigger is pressed, the compressed spring moves the dart out of the gun. This energy of compressed spring to do work is known as potential energy. We conclude that the energy of the water stored in dam was due to its height from the ground level. And the energy of the compressed spring was due to its change in configuration. Thus, the energy possessed by an object due to the change in its position or configuration is known as potential energy. Two types of potential energy are gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. Gravitational potential energy. It is the energy possessed by an object by virtue of its height from the reference level. Let us study about it. Here. As the boy lifts the ball, he does some work against the gravity. He then drops the ball from the balcony on the heap of sand. What do you observe? A depression is formed in the heap of sand. This is because the work done against the gravity got stored into the ball as gravitational potential energy, which is capable of doing work. Now, let us find out what happens if we take another ball of almost double mass as compared to the previous ball. When this ball is dropped on the heap of sand, we observe that again a depression is formed. This depression formed in this case is deeper than the one formed by the red ball. Let the boy drop the first metallic ball again, but this time from a greater height. The depression formed in the sand will again be deeper than the one formed on it when the same ball was dropped from the lesser height. Thus, gravitational potential energy of an object depends on its mass and also on its height. Gravitational potential energy is equal to the product of mass of an object, acceleration due to gravity, and the height of an object. Elastic potential energy. It is the energy possessed by an object due to the change in its configuration. Here, a person shoots an arrow from the bow which goes and gets pierced into the target. Let us find out from where this arrow gets energy. As the string of the bow is stretched or its configuration is changed, work is done on it which gets stored into it in the form of elastic potential energy. It is this energy due to which an arrow can do work. Let us now consider a few examples where we can observe both gravitational and elastic potential energy. In a pole vault, we observe both the types of potential energy. The bending of pole represents elastic potential energy, and the change of position of the athlete with respect to the ground represents the gravitational potential energy. We all know about an adventure sport of bungee jumping. In this sport, the person jumps from a large height by tying an elastic rope around his body. The position of the person from the ground represents gravitational potential energy. After the original length of the rope is used, the rope begins to stretch due to its elasticity. This helps the person to repeatedly move up and down. Thus, we studied about two important types of potential energies: gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy.